guys, so today we're going to be talking about Nightmare on Elm Street. I almost forgot the name of the movie. And this was also directed by Wes Craven, and I just did Scream, so if you haven't seen that yet, I will link that down below, but he also did Scream, so I don't know, I think it's cool. So the character Freddy Krueger was actually inspired by someone in Wes Craven's past, and it was a bully of his, somebody he shared a paper route with in his childhood. So he got the idea for this kind of guy, and the name Freddy Krueger was the name of the kid who bullied him. And he actually wanted to go in a much more gruesome direction with it. He wanted like teeth showing, pus coming out of his wounds and things like that, but the makeup artists at the time, because this was made in 1984, so the special effects weren't as good as they are today. He said that it would be difficult to do on a human, and using a puppet would just not really work with the other actors. It just wouldn't be as realistic. So they decided to just go with what they did in the movie. So obviously Johnny Depp is in this movie, and it's actually his first film, and he was chosen because the director thought he was dreamy looking, and he is. It's Johnny Depp when he was young. Hello. Now what I found interesting is in the original script, Freddy Krueger was actually a child molester, which it's still, to me, the interpretation I got when I was watching this movie, when they said that he would kill children, I still got the vibe that that's what they meant, that he, you know, still was a child molester. They just didn't say it. Did you guys get that vibe at all, that that's the kind of direction they wanted to go? Because obviously he's just killing children, so there's something creepy about that going on as it is. They wanted to avoid exploiting the child molestings at the time in California, so they just cut that out altogether, but I still got the vibe that he was a child molester, and that's super, super creepy. So Wes Craven actually originally wanted a stuntman to play Freddy Krueger to be able to do all the things and whatnot, and they did use a stunt guy in some of the scenes, but Robert Englund was cast for it. As we know, he's an amazing Freddy. I don't know anybody who could play a better Freddy than Robert Englund. My voice is going because I filmed so many videos today, I'm sorry. But I just can't imagine not having Robert Englund in this movie and having a stuntman instead, but he realized that he did actually need an actor for the part. He also, to this day, didn't really like the ending. His original ending was a happy ending where the main girl, just doesn't believe in Freddy anymore, and so he dies, and she drives off with her friends, kind of like where it was going in the end. But then, as we know, it became this twist where the hood of the car came down, it was red and green stripes, and then the car started driving off by itself. So yeah, he wanted to keep that original happy ending and not have it be set up for sequels, but it was set up for sequels, and rightfully so, I think, because if they had just picked up where, like, if they just drived off like a happy-go-lucky teenagers again, I think it would have been weird to just come up with Freddy again, like, but then again, you know, we know that serial killers never really die, so maybe it wouldn't have been inappropriate or anything, I don't know. Now, what I don't understand is the ending. The ending's a little bit weird for me, and it's the fact that how do those people come back to life? I don't necessarily like that. I think I would have liked it better if it was just as is and she lived, that's fine. But then, like, everybody else had remained dead, like her mother and her friends. Sorry, this major spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but I just assume that we've all watched it by now. But I just wish that they would have stayed dead. Like, I don't understand them all coming back to life. I know she said that in the movie, like, I want you to bring my friends back. And then she just, like, didn't believe in him anymore, and so he went away. But I feel like that ending was kind of rushed in how it was forced. I don't know, I just don't feel like it was a good ending for the movie. It could have ended better. How? I don't know. I'm not a writer, I'm not a screenwriter. I don't know, but I just think that it could have been better. It just felt very abrupt and strange to me. Obviously the acting in this movie is extremely cheesy, again, 80s acting, but it's not so bad. Sometimes though, it would literally get on my nerves so much, the acting. I couldn't handle it sometimes. It was just, I laughed a lot. But the scare factor, I love the imagery in this movie. It has that creepy aspect. It's not necessarily like horrifying, but it just makes you uncomfortable. Like when she's in class and she falls asleep and she hears someone calling her name, and she looks over and her friend's in a body bag and just saying her name next to her, and then you see like her being dragged away by an invisible force and while she's in the body bag. It is crazy. I love that scene so much. I mean, I think it's so creepy and well done. And I also really liked the stairs scene for some reason, where she's trying to go up the stairs and they like are paste and quicksand stairs. I don't know. They actually use Bisquick for that. So yeah, to make the stairs like mush, which I thought was cool. So there was a lot of work put into this movie, you know, for the scenes with Johnny Depp's death and Tina's death. I think it's Tina, yeah. They actually used like a room spinner and just crazy technology and special effects for this movie. However, in the Johnny Depp scene, they just used water colored with red food coloring to make it pour out, because regular like corn syrup wouldn't really flow the same way, which I understand. And then the bathtub scene, they used a bottomless tub and they built the set over a swimming pool. Like, they put in so much effort into this movie and I think it really paid off. I really appreciate all the special effects in this movie. I really like the gore. And I don't know, I appreciate it. The acting though is the one thing that just gets to me in this movie, but I can look past that for all the special effects and the creepy moments because it's worth it. So that's my little review for Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm really excited for this segment. I'm catching up. I've just been loving sitting and watching a scary movie every night, a classic movie, and I don't think I'm gonna stop. I think I'm gonna continue to watch classics because so far this has actually been my favorite segment. I thought the Halloween one would be, but this is my favorite segment so far just because it's great seeing all these movies where, you know, movies of today originated from and are inspired by. So I love it. What do you guys think about Nightmare on Elm Street? Do you prefer Freddy or Jason or Michael? What do you like? So let me know in the comments below and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.